look at four major forces. The first one is technology, and this incredible explosion in communications technology that's happened over the last 10 years, which really means that now a lot of work can be done anywhere and anytime. So work has ceased, for a lot of people, has ceased to become a place that you go, and it has become more an activity, a thing that you do. Now that technology is the enabler of this huge transformation that's taking place, but it's neither the hero nor the villain, and it's how we use it, how we learn to use it, making it our servant rather than our master, that is really important. Now the other forces, one of them is the huge changes that are taking place in demographics and in social attitudes. There is the rise of women in the workforce, the importance that women now play. Often they are 50% of many major companies. The projections from the OECD show that by 2020, if on current trends across the OECD on average, 2 out of 3 university graduates will be female. So obviously companies really have to address that and adapt to that. But the corollary of the rise of women in the workforce and in the workplace is that men's attitudes and men's behaviour is changing, and more, particularly younger men, really want to play an active role as fathers and in their families, and indeed many of them have to do that. Then we also have the digital natives, the new generation coming into the workforce who've grown up with technology and who expect to and do communicate and collaborate and expect to work in a very different way from in the past. And the final big demographic change is, of course, the increasing longevity of the population around the world, and the fact that our lives we're going to have longer working lives, and organisations also need to adapt to that. And the thing that unites all of those groups of employees, we call them the new majority workforce. The thing that unites them is a desire for greater freedom, greater choice, greater autonomy about how, where and when work is done. Then there are two other forces. One is the economic situation, and the other is climate change and the threat of climate change and how that's impacting. And those two things together are putting huge pressure on companies to do three things at once. They have to, on the one hand, cut costs, and they have to cut their carbon footprint, and that means often cutting unnecessary travel, unnecessary office space, unnecessary meetings, and that kind of thing. At the same time, they have to increase productivity, and they have to attract and retain the best talent and skills. And future work is a really good way of doing all those three things.